I remember asking him why he couldn't just sit a game out because he was hurting. He said, "What about the fans that saved up to watch me play just once?"
I think about that. Doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if I have a sprained ankle. The kid that's sitting in there might be the next me sitting up there watching and trying to get inspiration from that. I need to go out there and play.
It's showtime! Hurry, hurry, step right up! Introducing the star of our show! His name is
Cameron Alexander, and this is season 2 of hashtag Let's Talk About It, play-in edition. Yo, I want to thank all of you for being here. I didn't always think I would be back for a second season, but I thought it was best for me to do it for the playoffs. People started asking me, could I do it? So everybody who's supporting, thank you guys, all right? If you're new here, like and subscribe immediately. If you've been here, thank you for staying here, man. This is going to be fun. All right, no, not that kind of fun. We're actually going to have fun, all right? Where do we start, man? Where do we start? This is the play-in edition, so we're going to mostly focus on the play-in games. But I don't want to start there. Let's start with the Los Angeles Clippers, shall we? Los Angeles Clippers, 47-25 record. Outstanding season, right? They're 22 games over 500. They're comfortable in the 3rd seed. Wait, no, they're not the 3rd seed. They're the 4th seed. Why are they the 4th seed? Because against the 2 worst teams in the NBA, they tanked. They lost those games on purpose so they can avoid playing the Lakers, not the 1st, but the 1st and 2nd round of the playoffs. That's embarrassing. Why are you running? What are you scared of? You run LA. Remember they had the t-shirts, the billboards, LA our way? No, it's more like LA Clippers. The Lakers are coming. Get out of their way. Like, I don't understand it. But, I mean, it's strategy. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want to play against the champions in round 1 either. But if you're that team, why are you running?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And anybody who says, oh, they're not trying to avoid the Lakers, check this out. They played the Rockets. They played the Thunder. Those 2 teams combined for, I believe, 37 wins. 37 wins. Those 2 teams combined would not make the playoffs in the Western Conference. If you put their wins together, they would not have enough to make the playoffs. Come on now. That's all you need to say. I think they'll be like the 10 seed maybe. Like, they sat Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Rajon Rondo, Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, and Zubac. Zubac played for about 10 seconds. You know why? He wanted to keep his play streak alive, his consecutive game streak alive. So, yes, he played for the first 10 to 15 seconds. Come on, man. I don't want to hear about the Clippers this year. And I'm on record saying the Clippers are better this year than they were last year as a team. But they're still the same team with no heart. You're avoiding. What are you running from? You scared?
what you change the channel for?
He's scared. He's scared.
Oh,
He's scared.
God.
Here's a word from my sponsor.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Oh, man, it's crazy. Real quick, do we have enough time to get into Kwame Brown? Is it cool if I do that? Is it okay if I do that? It's not that long. It's just a little bit. All right. Let's talk about Kwame Brown right now. Kwame Brown, 13-year NBA vet, former Laker, former Wizard, Golden State Warrior, Charlotte Hornet, Philadelphia 76er, Memphis Grizzlies. I think that's all 7 teams, right? Maybe. Anyway, Kwame Brown was an athletic big man. First overall pick straight out of high school. Drafted by Michael Jordan and the Washington Wizards. Never fulfilled his promise of being like a great player when you're picked first. You're supposed to be a franchise cornerstone. Never was. But he was always an athletic big man who could play good defense. That's fine. He set good screens. Anyway, we're not talking about his basketball right now. Let's talk about what he's been up to the last few days. Think about this is day 4 now. Every day for the last 4 days, he's woken up and chose violence. He's been at Steven Jackson. He's been at Matt Barnes. He's been at Gilbert Arenas. He's been at Stephen A. Smith. And now his new victim is Jamel Hill. Y'all know Jamel Hill. I'm going through social media this morning like I do every day. just to catch up on some stuff I may have missed. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney, by the way. Paul Mooney passed away this morning. Legendary comedian passed away from a heart attack this morning. Rest in peace to the legend. But Kwame Brown is giving me 13 Reasons Why energy. Like, y'all, did you guys watch 13 Reasons Why when the girl, she recorded tapes and gave everybody their own tape and was like, hey, welcome to your tape? That's what he's doing. He's lining everybody up and saying, welcome to your tape. Today is your day. Every day is somebody new. Yo, if you know Kwame Brown personally, if you know anybody who knows him personally, give that big man a hug. He is 7 feet tall of pure anger right now. Give him a hug, give him some love, because this is scary. Go check on that man. Go to his comments and give him love. Yeah, 13 Reasons Why is what I'm getting from him right now. My my father last night, we was talking, and he said Kwame Brown is becoming the Chris Dorner of the NBA. And I think that's hilarious. If you guys know the Chris Dorner story, that's pretty perfect. Spot on what's going on right now. All right, enough of him. Let's talk about the play-in game, shall we? Last night were the first two games, right? Eastern Conference. Charlotte Hornets versus Indiana Pacers. There's nothing to dissect. They gave up. They didn't even show up. Charlotte didn't even show up to play. LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, those extra out announcers, none of them. They all had no life yesterday. So I'm not even going to waste my time breaking that down. Congratulations to the Pacers. You're a playoff team, injuries and all. Karis LeVert, man, if you were there, maybe you could give a team like Philly a run for their money. No, actually, no, they're not officially in the playoffs. They gotta play Washington. Speaking of Washington, last night's game caught me off guard. I was watching the game and I saw like in the second quarter, Washington was up like 7 points. And this is Westbrook and Bill at that time were combined like 4 for 12, and neither one was getting off. And then Bill started heating up. I said, oh, Bill's heating up. Westbrook's next. We go to halftime. It's a 2-point Washington lead. Westbrook has 8 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 for 9 shooting. Bill is 13, 6 and 5, 6 for 12 shooting. I had keys to this game. I was like, okay, we know the superstars. We know Kemba, Tatum, Bill, Westbrook. We know they're going to show up. But who's the other guys that's going to step up? For Washington, I circled Ish Smith and Robin Lopez. For Boston, I circled Marcus Smart and Evan Fournier. In the end, that didn't even matter. It didn't even matter because in that second half, Jason Tatum went on a tear that superstars go on. Jason Tatum is one of those guys where everybody's like, well, is he a superstar or is he just an all-star? Is he a superstar or is he just an all-star? This year, he's had so many 40-plus point games. He's dominated this season. Celtics aren't really winning this year. But one thing I know about Tatum, when the playoffs start, he raises his game. Every year. This is what, his fourth year? Year 4. Every year he's been in the playoffs. Every year except one. The second year when they had Kyrie and Hayward and the chemistry was bad. Every other year, he's raised his level in the playoffs. That's what superstars do. 50 points? 41 in the second half? Wasn't it 41 in the second? No, my bad. I'm sorry. 33 in the second half? 33 in the second half, but he had 41 over a span of 20 minutes? 20 minutes of game time? Outstanding, man. Congrats to the Celtics. They've actually clinched the playoff spot. They're going to play against Brooklyn. If Boston was healthy, I would give them a puncher's chance. But without Jaylen Brown, they're going to get shut out the building. Because they don't play defense. They don't rebound. They're not a really good passing team. So all they really had was the fact that they had top-heavy firepower with Brown, Walker, Tatum, Evan Fournier. Outside of that, who can score for you? And Brown's gone. So you only got 3 guys who can score. Nobody's going to play defense. They're designed similar to Brooklyn to where, like, but Brooklyn's much better shooting. And, of course, they're just way more top-heavy. They have 3, top 10 players? Moving on from that. Let's talk about the preview of the 2 games today, the Western Conference games. Spurs versus Grizzlies. Season series, the Grizzlies won it 2-1. Every game was a blowout. Spurs game, well, actually, no, Spurs win wasn't a blowout. They won by 12, but it's not that close. But the Grizzlies, their 2 wins were 129-112, 133-102. I'm seeing I'm seeing some common trends in these matchups, right? So what I have here is in the first game, the Spurs had 7 players in double figures. Grizzlies only had 4, and Ja Morant had 44. They lost. Pay attention to that because I'm going to use that in the later argument about something else. All right. The Grizzlies in their win. Both teams were balanced. Both teams had 7, 8 players in double figures. The difference between that game was DeMar DeRozan only had like 4 or 5 points. He was awful. If he showed up, maybe they win that game. But that third game, Grizzlies had 9 players in double figures. To the Spurs, I think 5. The key to tonight's game is who's going to have a more balanced attack. Whose team is going to have more guys hitting? You know, is Dylan Brooks playing tonight? I don't know. But if he's playing, he has to hit a shot. Kyle Anderson, John Morant, Jonas Valanciunas. All these, I think, is Tyus Jones there? Regardless, all of those guys have to show up. The Spurs, DeJounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, like all of these guys on both teams, they need to go 7, 8 deep scoring because the hero ball thing is not going to work because I love Ja Morant. But when Ja Morant is scoring 40, 45 points, if you're the opposition, I'm happy. I'm happy because Ja Morant isn't scoring 45 points the same way Steph Curry is scoring 45 points. You feel me? Steph Curry scoring 45 points, 1 step inside of half court. Damian Lillard, 1 step inside of half court. It's different. Ja Morant has to work a lot harder for his points. So yes, he can get hot, but I'd rather him try to play hero ball and nobody else get into a rhythm, opposed to 9 guys got it going and now Ja can just do his thing at the end of the game, or they blowing you out already. Because by the looks of it, when the Grizzlies are balanced, they're blowing teams out. But when they force Ja Morant to be a hero, they lose. It is that simple. So the Spurs offensively are not a good team. The Spurs are like 20th in field goal percentage, 24th in 3-point percentage, and they're dead last in 3-pointers made. Who on that team can shoot? I can't think of one shooter for the Spurs. And the Grizzlies don't really have shooting either, but they have a dominant offensive big man. Jonas Valanciunas is not a guy who can be handled down there. So I expect him to pound. I'm expecting him to go 28-15 and the Grizzlies win tonight. All the Grizzlies have to do is execute their offense and rebound. They're number 4 in rebounding on the season. The Spurs are somewhere in the 20s. So if this, because, hey, all due respect, I love DeMar DeRozan, but the Spurs going to shoot a lot of bricks up. They're going to shoot up a whole lot of bricks. Grizzlies rebound, Grizzlies win. It's that simple. My prediction is the Grizzlies 125, Spurs 117. Yeah, I got Ja Morant going for 25 and 10. Jonas 28 and 15. On the Spurs side, I got DeMar DeRozan 23, 7 and 8. DeJounte Murray 14, 11 and 9. I hope DeJounte's back in the lineup because I know he's been in and out lately. If the Spurs have any more injuries, it's going to be a real blowout. But this is assuming that most guys are available.
What does your rivalry with LeBron mean to you?
Our careers are connected because we played at the highest level. You expect greatness. That's the part I've enjoyed so much about playing in finals against him.
You got to be prepared for everything they have. They got championship DNA as well.
It just brings out another level of intensity and excitement.
They know what it takes and what it feels like to be in pressure games. So we got to be ready for that opportunity and for that pressure.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for riding with me. We're not done. We still got work to do. We're talking now about the We're now talking about the Lakers versus Warriors matchup. That's the matchup everybody's here for. You got LeBron, you got Steph, you got Anthony Davis, you got the Lakers, you got the Warriors, the champs versus the team that ran the Western Conference before. So I know the Warriors are not full strength, so I'm not expecting an NBA Finals type game. I'm expecting the Lakers to be the champions and to show them why they're champions. But Steph Curry, much like Allen Iverson in 01, is going to be like, hey, we got a shot because I'm here. My team might be the Pips, but I'm here, so we got a shot. Lakers this season are 2-1 versus the Warriors. The Lakers led by 20+ in all 3 games. They blew a 20-point lead in the first matchup. And that's the only time Anthony Davis played against the Warriors. Now that I think about it. The Lakers' 2 wins were without Anthony Davis, and they won by 20 and 30 points. The Lakers this season, first of all, this is the battle of 2 top 5 defenses. We're gonna give credit where it's due. The Warriors are 5th in the league in defensive rating. Shout out to them. When you have a 5th defense and you have a guy like Stephen Curry, you got a shot. I wish the 06 Lakers played defense like this Warriors team. Kobe could have made the conference finals. Because if you look at how the brackets played out, they would have played the Clippers in round 2. That would have been easy work. Anyway, we're not there. My point is, the Lakers are the number 1 defense in the NBA. Based on defensive rating, they are number 1. First time finishing number 1 since 2000. Since 2000, they have won 5 championships in between when the last time they were the best defense and now. That just tell you how great the Lakers are. Anyway, even last year, their defense was amazing, but they were only like number 4 in defense. The point I'm making is they were the number 1 rated defense with Dennis Schroeder, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Marc Gasol, and Caruso being out for a combined 106 games. 106 games. Those are your 5 best defenders on the team. And they missed 106 combined games. And you're still the number 1 defense. Everybody's talking about Tom Thibodeau, rightfully so. But are we sure that Thibodeau's a better defensive coach than Frank Vogel? Are we sure of that? I mean, Frank Vogel has had a top 5 defense every year except for his 1 year with Orlando. When he was in Indiana, and their starting backcourt was George Hill and Lance Stevenson. And in the front court was Paul George, David West, and Roy Hibbert. Number 1 defense. Number 2 defense. Last year, number 4 defense. This year, number 1 defense. This year is the most impressive coaching I've ever seen Vogel do. I thought last year was impressive. Last year was impressive. The adjustments he made. But this right here, man, you're without your 5 best defenders for almost the whole season. They've never really played together. And your defense is still ranked number 1? Are you serious? Amazing coaching by Frank Vogel. The Lakers are fully healthy for the first time all year. And when I say fully healthy, this is including now Andre Drummond and Ben McLemore, new additions. It's the first time all season that they've had everybody available, including Jared Dudley. I don't think the Warriors have a shot. I mean, they have a shot. I'm sorry. They have a shot because they have Steph Curry. Steph Curry needs to be Super Saiyan like Tatum was yesterday for them to win this game. Steph is going to have to go for 45 points, 50 points, 9, 10, 11 three-pointers, shimmy and dancing. That's what we're going to need from Steph, because if Steph's doing it, it's going to bring the rest of his team up. Because then you're going to have 3-4 guys around him, and Wiggins will probably get some open shots. Bazemore, Draymond, you know what I'm saying? But the main reason why I'm saying the Warriors don't have the best shot today is because of the fact that they're just not healthy. Oubre's not there. Wiseman's not there. I believe Toscano is out. I don't know if he's out or questionable, but either way, he got hurt in the last game. They're just not healthy. And the Lakers have a full squad. The Lakers are not your 7 seed. The Lakers are not a 7 seed. The Warriors, as constructed this season, they're where they're supposed to be. Steph Curry has them where they are right now because he's that good. The way Steph Curry is playing this year is comparable to 06 Kobe, 01 Iverson, 03 T-Mac, 2016 Steph Curry. To where no matter what defense you put up, you can't guard this guy. And even if he doesn't have the best game, he's like that guy in football, right? I compare him to Patrick Mahomes, but let's use a different example for right now. Tyreek Hill, Henry Ruggs, Deshaun Jackson, Mecole Hardman. What do all these guys have in common? They're all 4.2, 4.3 speed guys, which means you're always going to have an extra man back because they are so fast, one-on-one coverage. I don't care if they're the best player or not. They're so fast, you have to double them or else they will have a career day just because they're so fast. You can't keep up with them. It's that simple. So with Steph Curry, it's not speed, it's the shot. He's so good at shooting from anywhere. As soon as he crosses half court, you have to have a hand up. And if you do not have a hand up by half court, he will launch it. He is a flamethrower. He is a rocket out there. He is... There's no way to really explain him because we've never seen a guy like this before. Steph Curry's worst three-point shooting year is 41.1%. If somebody, a role player, anybody has a 41% shooting from three, they're getting a $10 million raise. Steph Curry's worst year is the average player's best year shooting. Actually, not even average. His worst year is a great shooter's best year shooting. 41% is amazing. But Steph is like, nah, bro. I'm going 45% from three. I'm going 44% from three. Bro, what are you on, Steph? Anyway, my point is, you have to pay so much attention to him that even if he isn't going for 40, there's still possibilities if one player steps up. If one Andrew Wiggins say, you know what, I'm going to get 25 today. If one Kent Bazemore said, I'm going to get 20 today. If Draymond from wherever finds his shot, you know what I'm saying? He ain't made a shot since the 2016 finals, game 7. But what if today's the day? You know? That's the shot I'm giving them. Is that you have to pay so much attention to Steph that even if he doesn't kill you, somebody's going to be underguarded. Maybe it's Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole can hoop. But, I mean, if they play enough defense, you know, the Lakers' offensive numbers are slanted because, again, most of their playmakers missed the whole year, almost half the season. So, I mean, their offense, Lakers have a top 10 offense, but their ratings have them like at 18, 20. But we know that's not true. Everybody's hands on deck. My prediction for the game, I had the Lakers winning by 11, 113-102. I have LeBron going 26, 7, and 9. I got Anthony Davis going crazy. The Warriors don't have size. And I think Draymond is going to spend a lot of time on LeBron because, I mean, well, Draymond going to spend a lot of time on both, and it's going to tire him out quick. And he's just too small for AD. AD, the way he's been playing, AD over the last 2 weeks has been playing like he did last year in the playoffs. That's scary. He ain't missing the shot. He's playing defense. He's dunking on people. So I got AD going for like 31 points, 9 rebounds, 2-3 blocks, about 3 assists. I got Steph for 33 points, 4 out of 11 from 3. But yeah, I have the Lakers winning by 11. I think the Warriors are going to have it competitive for 2.5 quarters. And I think like mid to late third quarter, the Lakers are just going to push their lead to 10, 15, and keep it there for the rest of the game. Because I think Steph is going to have to work so hard to keep them in it. I'm not saying his legs are going to get tired, but I think the Lakers are going to do a good job of trapping him and just making him work really hard. Remember I said I was going to come back to the Ja Morant point. Ja Morant has to work harder than Steph Curry to get points. But Steph Curry tonight is going to have to work harder than usual because this is the best defense he's seen. I mean, look at the numbers. The last 2 times they played the Lakers, Steph went like 7 for 22. And then the game before that, he went like 8 for 20. So he's not having his best games against the Lakers. He's not. The first game he was explosive. He had a great second half. Even that first half, he didn't do it. Second half, he got hot, and Oubre got hot, and they came back. But the Lakers have defended him pretty well this season. But I still got the Warriors. They're going to beat whoever wins the first game. I got the Warriors finishing as the 8th seed, and I give them a chance against Utah. Utah's a good team, but the reason why I don't give them a chance, the Warriors a chance against the Lakers, is the reason I give them a chance against the Jazz. Follow me. No team has a matchup for LeBron physically. The Jazz don't have one of those guys that you just can't match up with. Donovan Mitchell, if he comes back, is a great player, but you can match up with him. You know what I'm saying? And the Warriors play enough defense to really bother the Jazz. The Jazz can shoot, but the Warriors are a great defensive team. Draymond would completely neutralize Gobert. They will pull Gobert out to the perimeter. I think the Warriors will win that series in 7 games because Steph is that good. I got them winning that. Oh, before we go, the WNBA is starting up, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something for the WNBA. Shout them out. So since the WNBA is starting, I think they started this week. I want to give a shout out to them and list off my 5 favorite current WNBA players. All right, cool. Number 1, Taya Cooper. Well, not number 1. I'm sorry. It's no order. It's just 5 players that I love watch play. All right, Taya Cooper, Los Angeles Sparks.
Running circles around Sloot. We'll head to the line looking to complete the 3-point play.
Sabrina Ionescu, New York Liberty.
That was a baller on the New York Liberty. She's a game-time clutch player, and if I've ever seen a clutch shot, that is so
the greatest of all time, Diana Taurasi, Phoenix Mercury.
Wilson Lake getting back. Taurasi nails another one.
and it's just jaw-dropping. She, takes the bounce.
Candace Parker, former Spark player, but now Chicago Sky. I hate that she's gone, but I understand that she went back home.
Share that their offense is a work in progress, but what's not a work in progress is Candace Parker using that length at the rim and then the passing ability, so dynamic, and that's been.
And 5th on the list is Nneka Ogwumike.
Go! The steal, and Ogwumike keeps her head up, surveys, handles the contact. And Sugar.
Nneka Ogwumike is going to be an MVP candidate this year. She's won MVP before. She's now, the Sparks are her team now that Candace Parker is gone. So I'm excited to see what she does. Also, a finals prediction. I'm rocking with the Chicago Sky and the Phoenix Mercury in the finals this year. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for riding with me. All right, thank y'all. This is my comeback episode. I'm excited. I'm happy you guys are here. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. See you next time.